Right, hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we have a blue LIte, which unfortunately needs the cartridge slot changing. And I wish I had done this previously because it needs to go in the post. It has been sold. So I need to pull my fat little fingers out and crack on with it and get this fixed as swiftly as is humanly possible. So let's get all these screws out. Hope you've all been having a good week. I've not had a bad one for a change. It's been eventful. Lots of walking and adventures out in the cold. Obviously it is now December and flipping freezing, but I still need to get my steps in every day, so I'm trying to do between 6 and 10 miles a day, just to well, basically just so I can carry on eating loads of shit, because we're approaching Christmas and it is the time of year where there's loads of nice food about, but I don't want to turn into a blob again, so I need to walk as much as possible. But anyway, enough of that. Let's get this apart. Now what I should be doing this evening is listening to the England game, because that's on the telly and the radio right now. Instead, I've turned it off so I can talk whilst doing this without, I don't know if I'd get a copyright strike or not for playing the football in the background, but then also some of you don't really want to listen to England. Currently it's England 2, Senegal 0, if you care. But even if you do care, you'll already know that, because this video won't be out for at least another couple of weeks after the game's been on. So it's kind of pointless me waffling on about it really, so I'll shut up. Take the wireless card off. Now the board will come out. What is the chance of this screen coming off? Yep. Because obviously, as you know, when I do these lights, these this black cable is the bane of my existence. It winds me up and never goes back in its little gap properly. So what I'm thinking is, can I somehow remove this without melting everything else? And I don't really know, so I guess we'll find out. Hang on a minute. I'm an idiot. I can remove that because I'm going to remove it, aren't I? It goes underneath the cartridge port. So when I put the cart port back on, I can just put it underneath there. Yeah, brilliant. I'm glad I thought of that now, not in 10 minutes time after struggling. So I mean, what I could do really is just swap this board out for another one, but that wouldn't make for the most interesting video. But then again, neither is trying to take this one out right now. Maybe it'll work now. There we go. Right, sod off. So let's try and zoom in a little bit and see if we can't remove this right. That's that side done. Over to this side. Yep. Wander round to the back. Now I'm not going to take that fully off like that one, because we still need to try and get this side. Obviously, if I just removed the solder, that might have been a little bit easier. But there we go. So that's off of the posts. So I need to try and metal fatigue that off. There we go. So what we need to do now is obviously try and remove all these little legs that are left on there. We'll come back and clean up the pads in a second, but there we go. There are like a blob of solder and some legs, so in the tip cleaner you go. And then let's let's get the flux out. And some nice new solder. Yeah, that looks a bit better. But what I'll do on the edges here is take that off. As much as I can. Right, now obviously I need to get that new one on and get the cable through, but I think I will just put the cable through afterwards. So here's our nice shiny new board. Make sure the holes line up on the other side. Yeah. So we're in place, or no, now we are. And then I'm going to tack down that side. Yep, they're still in the dot there and in the dot there. So let's go up to this top one here. Do the one that side. There we go. That's in place. Nice thick blob there, and then round to this side, and a nice thick blob there. Just squash it down a bit. Yep. Just on the last one up here, just make sure that's pressed down as hard as possible. Wait for it to go off. Brilliant. That's those done. Let's give that tip another clean. Get the flux out. And they should very nicely connect to each of those pads. Right, let's have a little look at them. Could probably get a bit more on that one. not connected to anything because it's not connected to anything. So yeah, that should be about it. Just checking on the scores, it is now 3-0 to England. Where did those tweezers go? There you go. Lovely. So you're going to go back in there. You're going to come out the top here, and you are going to sit back in your little channel there. Right, that's back on. Let's have a couple of screws to hold the board in place so it doesn't fall out whilst I spend the next 20 minutes trying to get this other one, this cable through. Right, here we go then. Try and flatten that out the best I can. And then play a game of hope beyond hope. You know when that Pratt stuck it down too tight? Shit. You absolute lemon. Oh no. Right. No. Do you know what I'm going to do? Lift it a little. I don't know why I don't do this more, but even that is still taking too long. Because now it's poking out the top. There we go. Right, we're in. So that to there. And then let's clip that back down as hard as it'll go. Lovely. I should probably do that more often, just because it's a little bit easier. Now that gets to go back on there. Pull the extra of that through, just above there. There you go. That one's on. On. Make sure the volume slider is all the way to the left to match that, but it's all the way on the left. And then there we go. One last screw, he says, not having tested it yet, which could be a bit of a downfall. But let's get our trusty copy of Pippa Fennell. Might need to mess about with that top screen. I don't think I've plugged it in properly. Oh, fiddlesticks. But I'll deal with that in a minute. What I need to do is make sure this cartridge port works. Right. Does it read a cartridge? Yes or no? Yes. Yes, it does. So, thanks very much. I'll be back in a minute when it's back in bits. Right, we're open. Let's get in here a little bit. I need to remove another screw. I thought I'd done everything, but I haven't. So, I just need to flick this board out. Put that ribbon in properly, or is it knackered? Did it work for 10 minutes whilst testing, and then now that it's got a new cartridge port in, it decides it doesn't want to? But Right, let's try that again. Just plug that one on. Not going to mess about with anything else, and just going to flick the power on, cross my fingers off. Needs a new top screen as well, doesn't it? Oh, I can't be arsed. Right, I'll come back to this later when we do the top screen. Hurrah! Not. So, let's pop the top screen on this and see what it does. Yeah, I've got various ones in states of unbox, but I need to pop this out. Slide that off there, and let's see if this one works. Is it the top screen? Is it the motherboard? Have I messed it up whilst taking it apart? Because that could be a reason. So that screen doesn't come on at all. So that one's no good, by the looks of it. What does this one do? There we go. That one works a treat. So, yeah, we know this screen definitely works then. So I'll pop that there, and I will just have one more go at putting this one in. Just to check before getting my hands dirty and having to strip it all apart, but yeah, that top screen's knackered. Great. So yeah, after all that effort to get this cable through, it all needs to come apart again. Let's have the heat gun, sorry, not the heat gun, the soldering iron on. Let's just get the juice out. One last go, come on. One last go. Before it all has to come apart. No, it's coming apart. That's quite a shame, but can't do much about it. It is what it is. So it turns out it needed a top screen, and I don't know what that was, something rattled off down the side. So yeah, it turns out it needed a top screen and a cartridge slot replacement. but seeing as someone's already bought this, I really do need to pull my finger out and get it repaired. How's this looking, this little post after a bit of super glue? Yeah, wonderful. That's how it's looking. So that should now come off. Yep, this can come out. And get out of the way, because obviously we have to do the tedious crap of removing and not losing all 4 of these. And I've lost it. Brilliant. Like literally. Oh no, brilliant. It's up here. I can get to it. It had somehow managed to land on top of the soldering iron. Right. I have got a nice fun Zelda cartridge on the N64 coming up next, but that requires me to actually clean this desk and set an N64 up. One of my friends dropped it round last week. Hello Ian, shout out to you. Because unfortunately the save file keeps corrupting, so we're going to replace the save chip. I don't know what it's called, whether it's a RAM chip, ROM chip. Well, it can't be a ROM chip because that would be read only. But yeah, the save chip is going to get removed and fitted. Right, it's going to get removed from a old. Yeah, this is why. There's a tear just there. Not sure if you can see it or not, if it's going to. That'll be why. So if we give that a little tug, oh look, that's why. It was looking like that. So yeah, wonderful. Brilliant. Let's put a bit of solder on here, shall we? Oh, there goes the super glue. Right. Then we've got red and black for the other one. probably should have done this before putting the screen on. Also before putting the speakers on. Clean that screen up. Peel this one off. And just splot it in there. Might just wipe that screen again because I'm not 100% happy with it, but there it is. And keep these speakers out of the way. Stick it down. Lovely. Get that cable rolled up. Hang on, right, I'll put this in first. Then get that rolled up. I don't mind doing LIte top screens because they are, in comparison to DSIs and 3DSs, an absolute piece of piss. Time consuming, of course, because it's fiddly work, but compared to the others, that's a doddle because it's already in, done. Now, that needs to go through there. Job's a good one. That can go through there. And then let's sort out these. I mean, what I could have done really was what I'm supposed to do and run that along the back of there. Idiot. Every time I get that wrong. Hey ho. things don't fall out of place. No, it's nice, unlike the 3DS, there's no sliders to try and get in. Everything just sits where it's supposed to sit, hopefully. And then just slides together. And then we could screw it back together, but I'll probably wait on that until we are rebuilt in the case and I can see it working. Right, screwdriver time. Probably should take some sunglasses off my head as well. It's not sunny and I'm indoors. There was the merest suggestion of sunlight when I drove back from the other job earlier, so that was why they were on. Right, there we go. Yep, hinge works nicely. Nope, don't need to answer that. Right, motherboard. Screen is in. Excellent. Of course, once I wedge a couple of screws in here, I'm going to then have to try and get that black cable back through again, and then put the cartridge port down where it should be. Because at the minute it's far too high and the back won't go on. That's just ridiculous. Show you what. Oh, yeah, I've completely disconnected it. I can just do this. Oh, that was difficult, wasn't it? I should really do that more often. I'd say I've repaired at least 200 of these consoles. And up until this video, that was the first time I've had that idea. Idiot. Absolute idiot. I guess this should almost be the moment of truth time then, shouldn't it? Because besides putting the back on and the L and R buttons, we should pretty much be there. I should have really put this on before that other module. But there you go, it's on now. Pull the cable through. Get that over there and under there. Pull that through a bit more. Right, shall we see how it looks? Yeah. Hey! Not making any sound though. Oh, it is now, yeah. Excellent. Right. So that's that sorted. I just obviously have to put it all back together now. So if you just wanted to see it get fixed, it's been fixed. You're welcome to stop watching my droning on whilst I just apply the final touches. If you're still here, thanks. I do appreciate everyone watching this. It is, like I say, much appreciated. We're over the 1,300 subscriber mark now. I think it was on 1,321 last time I checked, which is insane. Absolutely insane that there are over 1,000 people that want to watch me prattle on and try and fix things. Or, I do say try because, well, as you'll have seen from that Game Gear one the other day, I don't always succeed. I've got a feeling this wants to get a bit closer to the board. Somehow. You watch, I'll turn this back on now and I'll have managed to heat up the screen from the other side and caused that problems. That'll be just my luck, won't it? But for some reason it seemed a bit tight to go on. So yeah, who knows? Oh, there we go. That button works. That slides, so I think we're good. Let's just try and get it back together, and then I'll prat about with it. Right, put all the screws in. That's the back replaced, lipped up, those replaced. A little bit of that. the old warranty sticker removed, and there's a new one stuck on. Lovely. Change cart slot can come off. Get a bit more of a wipe down. And yeah, that's I still need to put those other bits back in, but as you can see, we are now. Helps if I probably used a stylus rather than my chubby fingers. But excellent, we're all back working, so I'm going to faff about with this and get it ready to post out. Thanks very much for watching, hope you've enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, bye.